First impressions of the bike. Big things you'll notice first is the big brake exhaust. It comes down here, it doesn't come all the way out, so there's not all this stuff here. It's a naked bike, there's not a lot of fairings on it, so somewhat easy to get to stuff to work on it. It's belt driven. It's got these really nice wheels on it. I really like them. Those are really cool and they stand out. And it's got the dual headlights, so that's kind of different. Hitting those corners pretty good, getting his knee down. A big thing you'll notice too is you're like, where are the keys? Where do you start it? Like, I don't see where the key goes. Normally this key's right here. The key actually is right on the side, so that's kind of cool. I like the positioning of the footing, fits my height really well. Tachometer's plenty large, so you know what RPM you're at, but the RPMs are a lot lower, so you kind of have to watch the RPMs more than any other bike, because they usually go up higher to 14,000 RPM. This only goes to about 6.5 or 7 if you're pushing it. And instantly, while I'm riding through these corners, I feel like I don't have to even like lean at all. The wheelbase on this bike is just so short that you can take a corner so much faster than any other bike. Now granted, I'm taking my sweet time because I don't know this road very well, but if you got pretty good at it, you would be flying through these corners pretty well. The next thing I'm noticing about the bike, well, it's very comfortable to sit on. My position is up high. I'm not leaning over like this. I don't have a lot of weight on my wrists or anything like that. It's just very comfortable and just kind of sitting up, at least for my height anyway, even for somebody taller. But if you're taller, it'll fit, because I mean, look how much room I have between this. So if you're taller, it'll probably fit you pretty well. It actually absorbs the bumps a little better than you would expect. I like that feature about it. The torque is amazing. I mean, it's got so much power in the low end, it's ridiculous. Oh, and the sound, I love the sound. It's just got that bad ass deep throat exhaust sound, like I'm just gonna come and destroy you, man. The headlights on the bike aren't that great because it only uses one headlight for the low beam, and then you flip this switch and it gives you the high beam, and it turns the low beam off and it turns the high beam on. So you only have one light running at a time. So that kind of sucks about it. It doesn't have, you know, the greatest lighting on the bike. I mean, you can add the better bulbs in it later on. So that's what I would definitely do if I was going to be doing a lot of night riding with this bike, is definitely get some better bulbs so I can see better. This bike is just amazingly comfortable. It's so easy to turn the bike. It just wants to be in the corners. It just comes alive in the corners. And the acceleration, it's just nuts. Like, watch this. I was hardly giving it anything too. Oh, I'm just having so much fun, I can't even think about what to say about it. Like, I'm enjoying it so much that I can't even talk. I'm just smiling from cheek to cheek. The sound and the rumble of the bike, and just the meanness of it. Just awesome. Just gives you chills, man. It's so much fun. Another thing you'll notice probably like right off the bat when you're riding the bike is this bike vibrates. It's got that signature Harley motor in it where it's offset on the timing, and so it actually causes that vibration. So they actually Harley built their motors with a little bit of difference in timing, to cause it to have that vibration. And that just became a signature thing for Harleys. And that's why this has the vibration in the bike, is because of that. And it's a 1203cc motor. Oh, it's quite a big motor for such a little bike. And that's one of the coolest things I think about this bike is it looks like this tiny little bike, and it's going to have that ring sound to it, you know. And then you start it up and people just look at you and you're like, what? They're like, damn, that came from that little thing? How the hell? That's crazy. They'll think I'm racing just because of how loud it is. It just sounds like I'm giving it way more than I actually am. It's just because it's so much louder than a lot of bikes. But if you ride like a Ducati, or if you've heard a Ducati, then it's not a big surprise to you. I mean, you've heard that kind of stuff before. But it does have that signature Harley sound to it. So it is unique, and I do like that about the bike. And it's got a nice mix of the cruiser engine of the Harley sound and the sport bike cornering and braking and everything all thrown into one. And they just built the bike just so well when they did this. This bike tore up other bikes on the track in corners because it just corners so well. It brakes amazingly. It's just such a good bike. I love it. I'm getting chills right now just riding it. I love this thing. You just feel like you have so much power on this bike. It just gives you that feeling, you know? That's what a lot of guys love about these Buells, man. Is that it just corners so amazingly. Like, I'm hardly even leaning and I went around that corner, man. I don't even have to get anywhere close to put my knee down. Like, it just grabs when I go around a corner like that. Like, when I accelerate, it doesn't want to, like, come out from under you. It just wants to grab and just go. It's so good in the corners. It's just so smooth. It's got that pop sound as you're hearing. It's got that backfire sound to it. I don't know about you, but I like it. I like that. Some people don't like it, but I like that backfire sound it has. Like when you let off the gas, like blap, 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 blap. I just love the sound of it. And as you notice, look at this thing. Yeah! Woo! Oh man, that feels so good. And then you can slow down like real easy right here, and then bam, you're right in the corner. That's what's so great about this. I love it. Girls love this bike too. If you would take them on a ride on this bike, they would love it because it's a big vibrator basically. That's all about vibe, you know what I'm saying? And it shifts so well too. And if you give it any in first gear, it will pop a wheelie. You don't even need to use the clutch. This thing will do a wheelie without even trying. It's got that much torque in it.